We have been trying to know more and more about Surya Bhagavan, especially when he is at the beginning of his appearance on the horizon as Aruna Bimba. You know, we talk about the Aruna Bimba. Before that, we have got Ushakala. Then after Aruna Bimba, we have got the Surya. And after Surya, he becomes powerful more and more as the time and day progresses. And in the noon, he becomes a Martanda. And again, he will go back to be compassionate to the world as a Aruna. So Aruna Bimba or Aruna Swarupa, and he is Rudra Swarupam. Rudra means removal of our dukkha, rodana, because all people who are born on the earth are prone for one kind or the other, big or small or different kind of dukkha. So all that dukkha can be expiated or removed by these divine powers, because we have to have a faith and trust in divines. So we have noted in the Anuvaka that Arogo Bhraja Patara Patangaha Swarnaro Jyotishi Man Vibhasaha Te Asmai Sarve Divamata Panti Urjam Duhana Napaspuranta Iti. So from here, last class I just covered, but now again we can have a kind of rebrushing and trying to link up the next passages which we come. But in this, we are given to understand by our Rishi that there are Suryas. Who are they by name? Aroga, Bhraja, Patara, Patanga, Swarnara, Jyotishiman, Vibhasaha. And all these people, Sarve Divam Atapanti. The word Atapanti means they shed light, the radiance, all that they are giving. And Urjam Duhana Anapaspuranta iti. So Duhana is giving the benefits. So they provide the necessary benefits for the corresponding people upon the earth. Then they just try to promote life and activity of all of them. So for example, in the form of giving them Urjam, that is the food and light, atapa, for people upon the land, and also through water, rain, they are also able to give food. And of course, rain or water is a dire need on land. The people cannot live on land without water. In fact, in Bhagavatam, it is said how the pralayam ultimately gets on. There, one of the theories of the pralaya is for 100 years, the sun will be very powerful. And as a result, for 100 years, the water or rain will be stopped. So because of the extraordinary heat and also extraordinary drought or waterlessness, the people automatically, whoever existed, whoever outlived for that during the period, all people will be done for. But so in order that for the required time people live on, there is the water connection, and Paramatma, Urjam is food. Anapaspurantaha duhana. So the word duhana we have to understand. And aspuran, anapaspuranta means they are all with favorable to the people living under that, and they are providing light from the sky. You know that the light coming from height will spread all places than light on the ground. Therefore, that is the sun is there in the heaven or in the sky, and so he is called the divine, and he's a heavenly God. Sun is a heavenly God. And after all these 7 people, then there is 8 Suryas, we thought. So the next Anuvaka tells you that Kasyapo Ashtamaha Samahamerum na jahati. So Kasyapa, Surya, is the eighth one, and Mahamerum na jahati. So he is a resident of the great celestial mountain by name Mahameru, and that is the place where there will be a perfect sun's rays, because sun himself is there, and it's a golden mountain. And so Kasyapa, who is the father of all these other Suryas, he will not leave that. And moreover, Yatte Silpam Kasyapa Rochanavati. Say, hey Kasyapa, we address him that whatever Silpa, whatever creation, whatever Suryas, whatever you are doing, that Rochana Vatu, Rochana is bright and strong. And again, not only that, he is trying to, next verse is Indriyavat Pushkalam Chitrabhanu Yasmin Surya Arpita Saptasakam. So in this particular, I have covered it, that's why I'm not just trying to summarize again, repeating that, and next onwards I'll make you repeat. Then Indriya, so here the Silpam, we have got the word Silpa. Silpa is the Rupa Kalpana, because we are all taken to be Silpas. You know, a person who makes the Rupa Kalpana, he is called as a Silpi. You know, Silpa is a Shastra. Silpa Shastra, you know, that sculpture is an ordinary, not ordinary one, because they prepare, just a stone will be there on the ground, or a big log will be on the ground. But a Silpi, an arts person, an architect, he will try to shape a beautiful form out of it. So that's exactly, even this Kashyapa is such a good Silpin, making all the Suryas born and then make them also shine forth very well upon that. And the Mahameru has been observed as a permanent residence. And so we have got to go to Mahameru. In fact, Mahameru is supposed to be the residential quarters of Mahadevi Lalita Parameswari. See, Lalita Parameswari is Mahameru Nilayaya Namaha. Sri Chakranagara Samrajni Namaha. So she is a chief Sri Chakra or Mahameru. All these go to so much. So there is a big geometry also for the Mahameru drawings and all that Sri Chakra drawings. But however, in really speaking, Mahameru is the biggest Silpa. It's a natural, normal mountain. And that the Silpa is all these Suryas are that. In other words, we should know that Silpa is a technical term indicating the designs, shape, skills, and all that expertise, technological or sculptural art and all that of Kasyapa Brahma, and who is also a Surya. You know, this Bhagavan Aditya has got many names. Aditya, Dwadasa Aditya, we call it. Mitra, Ravi, Surya, Bhanu, Khaga, Pusha, Hiranyagarbha, Savitraka, Marichiman, and Bhaskara, etc. All these names, each one itself is a very powerful force for the convenience of the administration, for the management of the globe. No, Chaturdasha Bhavana, that's why Surya Bhagavan gives light for all Bhavanas. So because that's why Surya is not at all, rather Kasyapa is not at all not present. He is present always. We only have got day and night and all that, but all these separations will not be there. Those people who go high up like that, here, and we have made a compliment for Kasyapa Prajapati or Kasyapa Brahma, Aya Mahanubhava, Ninna Silpa Idiyala, your Silpa power, the architectural drawing power is so unparalleled that not only you are giving a beautiful shape, size, etc., also put them prana, that is what is called brilliance. So then that is what. And again, not only that, you are providing lot of energy into Pushkalam, and Pushkalam Indriyavat. It is, he is doing a Chitra Karma, a wondrous Chitra Bhanu. See, Chitra Bhanu is the Kasyapa Prajapati, because the other Suryas are called as Swabhanus. Therefore, in the 60-year cycle, you have this consecutive years, Swabhanu Nama Samvatsaram. The next one is Chitrabhanu. Incidentally, I may mention, my wife is born on Swabhanu Nama Samvatsaram. I am born in Chitrabhanu Nama Samvatsaram. So both of us have got that consecutive things. And so Swabhanu means self-luminant and self-brilliant. And Chitrabhanu is multifarious in number of ways. So it's a Chitra. In fact, we got Sachitra Chitram. We are going to face this mantra here also in the Aruna Prashna, I believe. So there, Sachitra Chitram Chitayantam Asmai Chitraha Chatram Chitratamam Vayodham. Like that, you are going to face that mantra in this particular 6 year. Therefore, Indriyavat Pushkalam Chitravanu. What is that? Yasmin Surya Arpita Sapta Sakam Tasmin Rajanam Adhivisrayemam Iti. See, Adhivisrayemam is the quotation brought from earlier scriptures. You know, this is actually Taittiriya Aranyaka, which comes after Samhitas, after Brahmanas, etc. So, thereby, the Aranyakas are enriched by taking the relevant information and knowledge from the scriptures. So, Aranyaka, what is Aranyaka? Aranye Bhavaha Aranyakaha. In other words, they are all described to be philosophical treatises. There are treatises because there are rishis who have contributed their experience, knowledge, research, findings, etc. You are going to see that findings are there, because as much curious as we are as scientists and investigators and all that in the modern world, and in earlier years also, there is that kind of spirit of inquiry. That's what we call Mimamsa. We have got Mimamsa. We can't accept things as it is unless we are able to analyze, describe, and come to the authenticity of the statements and conclusions and all that. So like that, here also they say, Arpitaha Sapta Sakam Chitra, and they're all Sapta Arpitaha. So the brightness of the Suryas give us energy. You know, the day when sun is there on the horizon, our activity will be different, highly energetic. And when there is night, our activity is different, we are dull. Therefore, and the Indriyas will have a Pushkalam. Pushkalam means fullness. And we are complementing that Kasyapa Prajapati, saying that, oh Kasyapa Prajapati, your artful designs are simply amazing. So, in these amazing artful designs, the 7 suns are created and they are shining along with you. And they are along with you. And not only that, the suns are making the Yajamana, the sacrificer also, Rajanam Adhivisrayemamiti. So actually Rajas are the sacrificers. All sacrifices which are described in the Yajurveda are very large and expensive and complicated. Therefore, only Maharajas, rich people, can only afford to commend manpower, money power, divine power, etc. See that an yajna takes place. For all that kind of commissioning energies and powers, Yajamana, a Maharaja, Chakravarti could be done. In fact, if Maswamedha Yaga were to be done, it is called royal consecration in English. Otherwise, they translate it as a horse sacrifice. And a German scholar has made a special study on this kind of big sacrifice, horse sacrifice, and he has written a big monograph on horse sacrifice itself. So to say that all that ability, performance, skill, and cooperation of the priesthood, and also the cooperation of the royalty, all that is included in this. Therefore, the Kashyapas, because all this involves complement for the Kashyapa Prajapati. And moreover, Kashyapa is also separately praised because not clubbing with the other Suryas in this. So it is said, Te asmai sarve Kashyapa jyotir labhante, and that Chitrabhanu, Swabhavanu, and all that. In the next paragraph, I have already explained, but still we have got one more interesting thing. How is the energies supplied to other Suryas by Kashyapa Prajapati? And there is the example of a goldsmith who sends air to the fire to make the gold burn and melt or come into a flexible way to make into an ornament. So here in the next sloka, we have seen that Te asmai sarve Kashyapa jyotir labhante tan somaha Kashyapa dadhi nirdhamati bhrasta karma krudi vaivam prano jivani indriya jivani surya saptasirshanya prana surya ityacharya. So actually the entire Aruna Prashna is in a beautiful prose, and all are sharp sentences, and that's all called Vedic prose. You know, Vedic poetry, prose poetry means also prose mixed and then metrical. So in fact, another German scholar has written exclusively a book on the Vedic prose, because Yajurveda is it is a practical manual for a sacrificer and the priest and all people who join the sacrificial sessions. For them, it should be of common understanding, and therefore it's all done in Yajurveda. For example, Taittiriya Samhita, to which this Taittiriya Aranyaka belongs, that Taittiriya Samhita is in prose, and automatically the Aranyaka also is in prose. As contrast, we have got Sukla Yajurveda, which is metrical, non-metrical, and prose, and mixed. So that also is, but all, of course, other Samhitas do have this kind of combination. So here, say, Asmai Sarve Kasyapat Jyoti Labhante. All the 7 sons are begetting light from Kasyapa. Why? In order to make the earth shine with brilliance. Supposing there is no light at all, no sun at all, when there is darkness, we can't enjoy the beauty of the earth. In fact, it has been attested that among all lokas, Bhuloka is most beautiful place. And therefore, whoever come to Bhuloka, they have the desire to continue in Bhuloka as long as that. That's why all the modern technology in medicine and all that, they try to go in for a life-saving drugs. If the body loses independent functioning of the respective organs, there is some kind of support ultimately warranted to say that the body is continued in that unless the prana goes, and there is a particular technical word to that kind of status. Anyway, like that, prana, prano jivan, indriya jivani. That word gives you that indriya jivani. So whatever jiva with indriya, with strength, our available to that. And here, bhrasta karma kriti vaivam. Here you have the remembrance of a goldsmith. Bhrasta karma means the work of a goldsmith who will be preparing a lot of gold ornaments and make them shine better with the help of the Agni. And therefore, here, see, in the next lines, you see, prano jivan indriya jivani saptasirshanya prana. Some teachers say that the pranas, that is the vital airs, are 7 suns only. And some other people say the 5 elements, Mahat and Ahankara, put together will be the 7 suns. So, whatever be that, there are 7. The 7 is a very interesting like number for Surya Bhagavan. Not only that, even for Agni, even for Rudra, they all likes number 7. Even in numerology, 7 has got many advantageous attractions too. And so the 7 holes, Randhras, we have also got 9 Grandhas. I mean 9 holes. Navarandhramayam Sariram. When the Navarandhras are there, when the body is Jiva, when the body is having the prana, prano jivan, indriya jivani, and actually it is said, our body contains 11 randhras, not only Navarandhra, Ekadasa Randhra. But what are the next 2 ones? When we are born, before that, in the mother's womb, there is that connection, umbilical cord from the navel. So that our navel is the hole through which food is supplied to the baby by the mother. That's why it is said the ladies would have 2 stomachs. Girls have got 2 stomachs. One stomach is to bear the child, another to supply food for the child. I mean, from that angle. So a small boy was telling that. So like that, here also we have got the pranas. And the next one, because the moment the child is born, that particular Nabhi Randhra will be closed permanently. The abdomen gets closed. But there is one more which will open, which has to open, or we have to work through yoga to open in the head skull, Sahasrara Randhra. So through Sahasrara, we are supposed to make the life exit. So when Navarandhras stop their existence functioning, then the prana has got to be exit through the head. That's why, otherwise, actually, the pranam goes through eyes or nose or mouth or ear, etc. But that is not the regular yogic way that is recommended in that through yoga, you have to end your body, sending your prana through your sahasrara. That's why when the corpse is burned, people wait for the top sound. Then people think that the entire skull is broken and the fellow is emanated or emancipated. Well, these are all things which we come across in our Vedic practices. Only elders will be telling that. Therefore, here all these sons are according to the various masters. So Saptasirshanya means the 7 parts in the head through which air flows. They are Surya. So, the head is the important thing. Siraha is the head. Sarvasya gatrasya sira pradhanam. Sarvendriyanam nayanam pradhanam. So goes the Subhashitam. That is, though we have got a body, what is the most important part of the body is the head. Gatra is Sarira. So Gatrasya Siraha Pradhanam. And Sarvendriyanam Nayanam Pradhanam. Of all the Indriyas, the sensory systems in our body, which is the most powerful and necessary thing? Nayanam. Nayana is to the vision, the eye. Don't, the entire body has got a nayanam. See, wherever you touch, you feel. That feeling itself is nayanam. Not necessarily always the eye, but even skin also is a nayana. So many things are there. So like that, the Indriya is there, and all that is the Surya Shakti. And that is flowing entire body. Therefore, Adityaha Sarvo Agnihi Prithivyam. In future, you are going to get the statement or a suggestion that the Shakti, the Agni, that is flowing in us is completely the influence of the Aditya. Though Aditya is there in the sky far away, but that Aditya is there in everybody's personality. Therefore, everybody is a Surya. They may not have the name, but they're all Suryas only. Therefore, here we get the concept that the Anta Shakti, the inner energy, the Antar Tattva is Surya Shakti only. Because of the Surya Shakti, that's why you say Brasta, Prano, Jivan. So Sapta Sirshanyaha. So Sirshanyaha Pranaha. How many are the Sirshana Pranis? There are 7. And what are the Pranas? Well, some teachers say Acharya means teachers. So Surya Ityacharya, meaning that some teachers proclaim that these 7 Pranas are but the Suryas, the 7 Suryas working in us. Who are the 7 Suryas? Aroga, Braja, Patara, Patanga, etc. And now we are coming into that. I told, we have noted that research is a factor that is a constant feature in all people born upon the earth who are all intelligent. Therefore, what can an intelligent person do? He is very curious. He wants to explore and unearth many, many truths of life. For example, Einstein, we all quote him. And so when such great scientists, once it is said that standing upon on the shore of the ocean, he just picked up a smallest pebble on hand and said, what I have discovered, he never said invented, he uses the word discover. So whatever I have discovered in nature is not at all anywhere equal to the smallest pebble which I held, while there is a complete nature open for exploration and exploitation and understanding the secrets, all that. So the nature secrets are always there, but we have to unearth them or find. That's why research is not at all a stoppage. Even Valmiki Maharshi acknowledges in Ramayana when he says that Vyaktam Anveshate Bhuyaha. That is what the definition of research. Vyaktam, what is already clear, what is already existent, what is already there. Anveshate. Anveshate means you keep repeatedly working on that, trying to know more and more sense, significance, importance, influence, and utility. See, today the technology has so grown that we are sitting in our house and contacting the entire globe. If you have got a computer, everybody is there in your computer. When you have got the telephone numbers, in the 1 to 10 numbers, all people numbers are included. So any and everybody is included. So look at the advancement and advantage. But in olden days, they're all tapaswins. they were able to get that kind of Doordarshan ability. That's again Surya Bhagavan. You know, for example, Sanjaya was blessed with the Doordarshan capacity. Though Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra sitting in the palace on wonderful chair, Simhasanam, but Dhritarashtra is made to feel sad, crying, and in sorrow because of Sanjaya narrating the instant by instant happening in the Mahabharata war. So anyway, here also in the next line we say apasyamahametat suryamandalam apasyamaetan sapta suryanite panchakarno vatsyayana saptakarnasya plakshi anusravika eva naukasya payiti. I think up to this paragraph I have done. From next paragraph onwards, I will make you recite. So here he says apasyam. You see the certainty and confidence. See, when that research student who is called Panchakarna, who is the son of Vatsyayana, Vatsa Mahakavi, Vatsa Maharshiya son, he said with confidence, Etan Sapta Suryan Apasyam. So that is the kind of science means certainty. What is not certain, what is not verifiable, you can't describe it as a science. And what you cannot describe, what you can ascertain is philosophy. Where science ends, philosophy begins. Where science cannot give explanation, the philosophy will try to explain you. Therefore, science and philosophy are sisters, complementary to each other to make the knowledge completely comprehensible for us. So here Vatsyayana Panchakarna said, I have seen all the seven suns. And moreover, Saptakarnascha Plakshi. So the Plakshi, another seer, is called Plakshi. So the rishis that have seen the seven suns are being mentioned here. They are so Plakshi is another one. And moreover, it is said, Anusravika eva nahu Kasyapa iti ubhau vedayate. Kasyapa says that Mahameru mountain, and we could not go up to that mountain. See, nobody can go up to the Nahi Sekumiva Mahamerum Gentum. Sekumiva means power to go. See, you may go anywhere, but you cannot go to the Mahameru mountain. That kind of difficulty is introduced by the acharyas. So here, Ubhau Vedayate, Vedayate means both these years, that Plakshi and Vanchakarna, both have given the clue to us that the Veda, according to Vedas, we cannot go to the Meru mountain. And because the Meru is exclusively a celestial mountain, and it is a residence of a Parashakti, and that Parashakti itself is Kasyapa. In fact, in Lalita Sahasranamalo, you have got the statement, Navachindante, Bhanumandalavathyastha namo namaha. So, Sahasrara Sarojata Ahita namo namaha. Jaradvanta Ravi Prabhavai Namaha. So when these names reveal to us that Shakti is light. Shakti is a power, unusual power, which is latent in all beings, which you have got to orient yourself or discover that. And when that you discover, you are really progressing in the path of spirituality. In Mahanarada Upanishad also, you have got the statement that Ardram Jolati Jyotihi Ahamasmi Yohamasmi Brahmahamasmi. So when you read that Mahanarana Upanishad, while talking about the Atma, there it is said there is a Jyoti in ourselves. That is what Ardra Jyoti. And then if you want to identify what is that Jyoti, Yajurveda tells you Surya Jyoti, Agnir Jyoti, Surya Agnir Jyoti. Surya is Jyoti, Agni is Jyoti. Therefore, that kind of Jyoti Swarupas are there, present in and out. Therefore, they're all very brilliant. So that Shakti, euphemistically it is understood that the Kashyapa Prajapati is the he is the highest pinnacle and is Mahameru. But still, nobody can go to him. But still, it is not difficult. In fact, in the forthcoming passages, you have got some clues by doing which or by satisfying which behavior you can hope to go to the Mahameru mountain. Because in our scriptures, we are always given the clue or scope that there is nothing unattainable for humans upon the earth. Tapasa Brahma Vijikna Sasva Tapo Brahmeti Satapo Taptva. See, in the Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Bhrigu Maharshi, Bhrigurvahi Varunihi, Arunam Pitaramapasasara, Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. So he went to his father, asked him, Sir, please teach me Brahma. Please tell me where Brahma is there. But nobody can do it. It must be a Swanubhava. It should be a personal achievement. Therefore, father says, Tapasa Brahma Vijikna Sasva Tapo Brahmeti. To attain, to understand the Brahma or the Surya Bhagavan or Kashyapa, whoever it is, who is required, tapas is that. And tapas is only wanted to know the tapas. That is, if you want to know Brahma, you must have the Gnana of the Brahma, Brahma Gnana. So Brahma Gnana, Brahmarshi only. That's why something like to come into the modern way, Mullu Mullu, Mulluhu Mulluna Bhijjate. You can remove a Tharan with the help of a Tharan only. You can cut a diamond with the help of a diamond only. You can understand what is the Brahma. That is why you have to become, you have to do tapas. That's why Aham Brahmasmi, Brahmaivaham, Na Paraha. If this kind of realization to come, one has to do a lot of exercise, lot of yoga. And that yoga itself is Jyoti. In fact, on Monday, 21st, the entire globe is celebrating the International Yoga Day. Even our Veda Kendra is also doing. Dr. Ghare, 21st morning, he's talking about, it is 20th Sunday evening means Monday evening for India. He's talking about the advantage of yoga to realize health, wealth, and divine influence and divine presence. I will be sending the flyer to Ramaya Manuru. He will share that to all people. So to say that yoga is the power, and therefore this nahi sekum is ability. Nahi sekum, not ability. And from now you'll see, but still in their in their own pursuit, another Gargya, that is Garga Mahamuni's son Pranatrata, comes up and says please repeat. Apasya Mahametatu.
Apasya Mahametatu. Apasya Mahametatu.
Surya Mandalam Parivartamanam.
Surya Mandalam Parivartamanam. Surya Mandalam Parivartamanam.
Gargya Pranatrataha.
Gargya Pranatrataha. Gargya Pranatrataha.
Gacchanta Mahamerum.
Gacchanta Mahamerum. Gacchanta Mahamerum.
Ekam cha jahatam.
Ekam cha jahatam. Ekam cha jahatam.
Rajapatara Patanga Nihane
Rajapatara Nihane Rajapatara Nihane
Tishtannata Panti
Tishtannata Panti
Asmadiha Taptritapaha.
Tasmadiha Tapritapaha Tasmadiha Tapritapaha.
It's a beautiful discovery, rather understanding that is given to us by this Aranyaka. In fact, I gave a talk on the contribution of the seers for the knowledge upon sun to one Rishivatika source, and they have registered, they have recorded and put in their own website as in YouTube. So I have tried to bring out the names of rishis who are elevated spiritualists, able to understand and give us knowledge about Surya. In that context, we observe the Pranatrata. He is another great Rishi, Kumara, and he is the son of Garga Mahamuni. You know, Garga is a very great ancient sage. In fact, it is said in Bhagavatam that he was the Rishi who gave the name to the boy born by namely Krishna. So when Yasoda and all people were thinking of choosing name for the boy, then Garga Mahamuni came and said, because he knew that is Mahavishnu and who has got multi-purpose in his avatar and multifaceted personality, and he has got to do so many avatars, so many activity as man and God. Therefore, he gave the name as Gar Krishna to that. So Namakaranam was done to the boy as Krishna by the Garga Mahamuni. And his son is by name Pranatrata. He has, without any astronomical gadget like telescope or any scope like that, with his own power of power penance, he said that Etat Surya Mandalam Apasyam. Nenu ee Surya Mandalani chusanu. You know, Surya Mandalas are many, each so many Suryas are there. So each Surya has got a mandala or a region. So there are a number of solar regions. As all the solar regions are not stationary, they are dynamic. That's what he has seen. Apayeta Surya Mandalam Parivartamanam. The word Parivartana is revolving. The entire region of Kasyapa, Surya, is revolving so much. The axis for that is only the Mahameru. See, that's why Gacchanta Mahamerum Ekam Cha Jahatam. So that is the only one place, dwelling place of Kasyapa that is constant, whereas all the mandala contents are revolving. And so this is a very important contribution of Taittiriya Aranyaka, that saying that without any kind of any help of gadgets, the solar region is being the behavior of solar region is being pointed out. So I want to say, but there are people who, depending upon their faculty to study, explore, and this Aruna Prashna is astrophysics. These astronomical observations are there. There are also astrological observations. Everything is there, and physics, chemistry, and everything is there in this. Therefore, any scientific or philosophical or religious study taken to Aruna Prashna, this particular text will not disappoint the seeker. So Rishi culture is so great that the taposhakti in each one of them was enough to make the impossible a possible. The truth is that he moves to support the light to the beings. So that unless the Surya Bhagavan is there, rotatory, he cannot come, because as a circle or as a revolving, they will touch every point. Therefore, for any circle or revolving object, there is no A, B, C, D. At all points are same. That's why it's Chakrara Pankti Riva Gachati. Chakrara Pankti, that is the spokes, whether or not, they will touch everything. And that is to say, what is lower point becomes a higher point. What is higher becomes lower, middle, and all that. Now, we have also seen that there are, the suns are 6, 7, but now the question of administration comes into being. Prajapatara patangani hanedishtanatapanti tasmadiha tapaha taptri amutre tare tasmadiha taptri tapaha. So here you have seen that there are 3 suns below the Meru mountain facing the earth, probably, or any other region. And there are 3 more suns above the Meru mountain. And Kashyapa being constant in the Mahameru mountain. This is the administrative convenience. See here, taptri tapaha iha. Iha tells us upon this earth. And Amutre Tare tells you above the Mahameru. So above and below, there is such a brilliance that there is completely light distribution by the respective Suryas. And looking at this kind of idea, you get wonderful understanding that there is administrative convenience. Because, and moreover, when they are highly brilliant and powerful people, able people, they must be given jobs. They must be made useful to the worlds. Therefore, the divine administration you follow. In other words, Kashyapa is making a divine resource development. That is called a DRD, not HRD. People take degrees in HRD, human resource development. The other day I met one lady doing PhD in HRD, science in some university in America. When I understood then, oh, HRD can be a big subject and syllabus for graduation, post-graduation, all that. So to say, so much is there about this resource development plans, designs, promotions, success, distribution. Oh, so many things are there. In the same manner, our rishis have also done such kind of organizational, administrative divisions and conveniences. So here, Amutre Tare Tasmat Iha. And who are they all? Tapaha Taptri. Taptri Tapaha, that is, they are all not at all idle. If Surya is there, no darkness. So nowhere darkness can continue when sun appears on the horizon. Because the sun's light spreads any and everywhere. Vaneva harmyeva nijam vaneva harmyeva. Shankaracharya says Saundarlari that whether it is a forest or a mansion, Samakaranipato Dinakaraha. Dinakaraha is Surya Bhagavan. Kara is the rays. Samakaranipaataha. He will make his rays enter either it is a forest or it is a mansion or anything. But everywhere he has got equal distribution of his light. Therefore, he is called as Tapaha. Tapa is light, brilliance. See, fire will not wait for you, wait for time to burn you. The moment he is born, Surya born, light is there. Agni born, heat is there and burning. So that's why Agni is called as Asakshani, meaning he becomes active the moment he is born. He will burn them, he will not take time to burn. So that's why amutre tare tasma diha taptritapaha. So amutre tare. So they show distinctions in this place, and therefore we have very fascinating discovery regarding the nature, function, power, influence, etc. of the number of Suryas. Actually, Deva Ekaha, there's only one God, but Ekadeva will have to be, because no country can have two kings or two prime ministers or two presidents. No, so means to say that there is one ruler and all people will be sub-rulers and administrative officers. And like that, here also Kasyapa is the ruler par excellence, and all Suryas are there to spread. So that's why we see that how best the administration is taken up when by the Kasyapa Prajapati, to see that nowhere darkness comes to that. And again, he says that Tesha Mesha Bhavati Sapta Surya Divamanu Pravishta Tananveti Pativir Dakshinavan Chapandi Tesha Mesha Bhavati.
Teshamesha bhavati, teshamesha bhavati.
Sapta Surya Divamanu Pravishta.
सप्तसूर्यादिवमनुप्रविष्टाः सप्तसूर्यादिवमनुप्रविष्टाः
Tananveti
तानन्वेति तानन्वेति
Pativir Dakshinavanna.
प्रतिभिर्दक्षिणावान् प्रतिभिर्दक्षिणावान्
हे अस्मै सर्वे घृतमातपन्ति.
ते अस्मै सर्वे घृतमातपन्ति ते अस्मै सर्वे घृतमातपन्ति
ऊर्जं दुहाना अनपस्फुरन्त इति.
ऊर्जं दुहाना अनपस्फुरन्त इति ऊर्जं दुहाना अनपस्फुरन्त इति
सप्तर्त्विजः सूर्या इत्याचार्याः.
सप्तर्त्विजसूर्या इत्याचार्याः सप्तर्त्विजसूर्या इत्याचार्याः
येषामेषा भवति.
येषामेषा भवति तेषामेषा भवति.
So here you observe, you always quotations are there in this text, and that the acharyas are acknowledged. See, ityacharyaha. Now again, already we have come across ityacharyaha. Again, we are coming across the expression ityacharyaha, meaning that there are several teachers, several scholars who are trying to hold discussions, seminars, symposia, etc., trying to explore the knowledge, functioning, influence, validity, etc. of the sun that they see in the sky. Therefore, again, Sapta Ritvijaha Suryaha. So, Sapta Pranaha Suryaha. One declaration that we came across is that all these 7 Suryas are pranas. And here you are seeing all 7 Suryas are Rutvijaha. Saptartvijaha means they are the officiating priests, or they are all rishis. What do you mean by rishi? Means priesthood, means they are the persons who make people work, perform some distinguished jobs that will make people get more knowledge and understanding and emancipation. See, acharyas have got their own opinion passed on the 7 Suryas differently depending upon the required context. ఎంత బాగుందండి రామ గారు, ఎలా అనలైజ్ చేస్తున్నాం మనం. Not only now people are there participating in seminars and all that, trying to flash their opinion on some common topic for discussion kada. So what was in practice, that's why namo goshthyaya cha grihya cha. In Rudram, you see the word goshthyaya cha, sabhyaya cha, sabhapataye cha. So in Rudram you come across, he is a member of the symposium or the participant, he is the chairman, and he is the go means knowledge, Vedas. Goshthyaya cha means he is one who spreads the Vedic knowledge to all. That is Gnana Pradata Nataraja. That's why all knowledge flows from. That's why Parvati is always a student to Ishvara. Parvatyuvacha kenopayena vidhina Vishno sanama sahasragam patyate panditair nityam strotumichamyam prabho. Parvati put a wonderful question. Then for that, that Shiva Ishvara answer Ishvaro Vacha Rama Rama Rameti, etc. So Rame Rame Mano Rame. So this kind of continuous zeal work is there, and that would happen here. So sir, we stop here today, and we continue. Om Swasti Sahana Bhavatu.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavamahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Sri Veda Purushasirvadotsu. Om Tat Satu. Okay, Nani.
Very good. Stop. బాగుందండి. నెక్స్ట్ సాటర్డే నెక్స్ట్ సాటర్డే ఉండదు కదా మనకు సౌందర్య. నెక్స్ట్ ఇది అరుణ ఇది దెర్ విల్ చరక సంహిత డిస్కషన్ నెక్స్ట్ సాటర్డే మార్నింగ్. సో విల్ కంటిన్యూ అదర్ నెక్స్ట్ సాటర్డే. ఓకే
ఓకే సరే అండి.
సో 4 సాటర్డేలో 3 సాటర్డే మాత్రమే మనం అరుణ ప్రశ్న పెట్టుకుందాం. ఒక సాటర్డే ఫర్ సమ్ టైమ్ విల్ జస్ట్ రిలాక్స్.
సరే అండి. బాయ్.
ఓకే అమ్మా, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
బాయ్.
అండ్ దిస్ విల్ బి రికార్డ్ శేషాచల విల్ డు ఇట్. అప్పుడే 20 సెషన్స్ అయినాయి మనకు.
కరెక్ట్ అదేనండి. ఓకే.
సో ఆ 20 పాపం హి ఇస్ డూయింగ్ గుడ్ జాబ్. అందరికీ ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. వీఆర్ ఇట్ ఇస్.
ఓకే ఓకే సరేనండి. ఓకే
బాయ్ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.